At Trinity Skin and Beauty, we believe in making you feel your best. Whether you're looking to smooth, refresh, or rejuvenate, we offer expert waxing and luxurious facials tailored just for you. Experience our signature facials that hydrate, brighten, and nourish your skin. Feel the stress melt away with every touch. Say goodbye to unwanted hair with our quick, professional waxing services, leaving you smooth and confident. Relax, revive, rejuvenate. Visit Trinity Skin and Beauty today, where beauty meets relaxation. Call Calandra today at 601-953-9476 and book your appointment. And oh yeah, tell them Sonia sent you.
She say sports. She say sports. She say sports. She say sports.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Sonia, and welcome back to She Say Sports. Please welcome Mississippi homegrown, Mississippi Miss Basketball, Gatorade Player of the Year, 2023 McDonald's All-American, two-time Shara Miller Award recipient, two-time WCA Coaches All-American, 2025 SEC Player of the Year, and star forward for the Texas Longhorns. Boy, it's more to it. I just gave a little bit. Please welcome Madison Booker.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, Madison. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well. So let me ask you this before we get started. Hearing just a portion of your accomplishments, how does that make you feel? I mean, what does that do for you?
I mean, honestly, it's all glory to God because
Amen.
I prayed for. I had dreams when I was younger, and I'm living out my dream right now. So I just think, I thank Him always for it because without Him, I would not be here in this predicament, this position right now, with these awards, with my name being thrown out in the world right now.
Yeah.
It's all glory to Him.
I'm so proud of you. That makes me even happier that you know where it all comes from. It all comes from Him. Amen. So Madison, I asked this question to a lot of athletes, not because I'm nosy. I just want to know how it all got started for you. How did your love for basketball begin?
Yeah, me and my dad played basketball. He played at USM in
Cory
college.
Booker, right? Cory Booker?
Carlos Booker, yes.
Carlos, I'm sorry.
Carlos. Yeah, no. No, you're good. He played at USM for a couple years, went overseas, played basketball, came back to the States, then I was had. And, he was still kind of playing some like city league around Jackson a little bit, just kind of some leagues going on there just for fun. And, I used to go watch him play a lot. And I think that's kind of where the love kind of grown.
Yeah.
And then, just me wanting to play basketball, him training me, teaching me all the fundamentals and stuff like that. Me playing one-on-one with him outside. After he got off work, just kind of those little things right there kind of grew my love for the game.
That's awesome. And I can tell you're a daddy's girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. I love it. I'm one as well. So that's beautiful. So Madison, I'm going to fast forward to Germantown. You were a standout even in high school. How did you handle the pressure and expectations at such a young age?
I mean, honestly, I really didn't think about me having high, very, very high kind of expectations because I wanted to be better than what I was in high school.
Okay.
At that kind of point in my life. Just, kind of looking at other players, in my class and seeing what they're doing. I mean, not really kind of comparing myself to them, but, saying that I needed to be better like them, kind of do things differently. So, I mean, it wasn't really pressure. It was more of looking at people who were ahead of me and me want to catch up and be better. So
Absolutely. I love it. How did your experience at Germantown shape the player and leader you are today?
Yeah, I would definitely say at high school, I met my current trainer now,
Okay.
Charles Lewis. He's kind of works around Jackson a little bit, but just more of just that bond we have right now, that relationship we have right now. Just not really about basketball, but more about myself as a human being, like without
Yeah.
basketball too. I think that carried, kind of helped me shape the person I am today, especially like on the court too, shape my mental, for like hard situations. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's just that strong bond right there that I would say kind of helped me get to the place where I am now.
And that's what I love. I'm glad you said that because, you know, yeah, we're proud of your accomplishments. We love you. We, especially Mississippi. We rooting for you, baby. We rooting for you. So even though I'm a Provine Ram, I root for you. And my baby cousin, she's a star player at Germantown, Carly Robinson.
It's
So but I love what you said. You shape yourself. You're more than an athlete. You're an individual.
yeah,
So you're shaping yourself as a human being, as a person,
yes.
and that's beautiful. I love that about that. What you said. So Madison, looking back, what are some of your favorite memories from playing at Germantown?
I would definitely have to say winning a ring, of course. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's just top, like off the bone answer right there.
Mhm.
I think just also thinking about that year, it was a lot of ups and downs that year too. Had
Mhm.
some losses, but had some great wins and some great places. And I mean, just doing with that group of girls, like those are my sisters.
Yeah.
My sisters. I still talk to Alana to this day. That was on my teammate.
Mhm.
She transferred from like FAU. I forgot where she committed to, but I'm still in touch with her. Some others too on that team. I kind of
Mhm.
talk to them whenever when I'm not busy and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a great bond. Like we had a great bond that year. Friendship and sisterhood kind of won a ring.
And that was Germantown's first ring, correct? You
Yes,
helped.
ma'am.
That's awesome. That's congratulations. That's a good feeling, and that is a wonderful memory. I can imagine.
Yes.
So, were there any specific coaches or mentors at Germantown who played a major role in your development besides Charles?
A major role in my development. I
Mhm.
would just say just that whole coaching staff with Glasgow, Jamie Glasgow, Dave Glasgow,
Mhm.
Coach Scribner, just that whole coaching staff, just kind of always making sure I was good, always making sure that I'm playing my best game, making sure that I'm not playing down to like anybody's else level. Just kind of keeping the
Right.
standard, keeping my standard and above. But them, they disciplined me there, and kept me humble. So I would say, thanks to them for real for that. Allowing me, to be their player also.
Yeah.
So it's all love.
It's all love. I love it. I love it. So, Madison, when did you realize you had the potential to play D1 basketball and possibly go pro, even though we know you're going pro? But when did you realize that? And don't say I never did. No, you did. So when did you realize it?
I would say maybe my eighth grade year, I realized that I could play, D1 basketball. I
Wow.
got my first offer from Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and just kind of took off there too. With like
Mhm.
all like the offers coming in from AAU, travel ball and stuff like that. That's probably when I realized I could, play college basketball. And I think
Yeah.
also maybe playing pro. I don't know. It's I feel like maybe after my first year, I was like, oh, like I actually did good my first year in college. Like, it's a different league, it's a different ball game. Everybody's
Yeah.
good here. Everybody's on the same level, but a few kind of a few details kind of like separate people, some players from
Hmm.
other players. So, I think once I figured out that I had some pieces that could separate me from other players, I think I realized I could get drafted.
Awesome. So you mentioned Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and a few other colleges. What made you choose Texas over them? And and especially leaving home. What
Yeah,
made you make that decision?
I think one thing about me, I think living in Mississippi, I got very comfortable. I think I wanted to leave
Mhm.
and kind of expand my zone
Yeah.
out a little farther. I think also not to kind of talk negative about my state, about my city, but
I know what you're saying.
sometimes Mississippi is
I know.
we develop a little bit slow here
Yeah.
there, but I think that's another reason why I wanted to leave. Just kind of get something new, start over fresh. And I think Texas was the perfect spot. I mean, it's a great city. Is emerging every day. Great coach,
Mhm.
a great team, great sports over here. Also, Coach Schaefer is my head coach. He was the coach of Mississippi
Oh
State. I
yeah.
watched him, bring that team, make that team to a great team.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, why not follow him? I mean, I was a fan of Mississippi State all them years, so I think
Right.
it's the best decision just to follow him to Texas.
Yeah, I think you made the right choice. I lived in Dallas 9 years, and I love Texas, so
Yes,
it's a good
traffic is not my
experience.
favorite, but I
Mhm.
still love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Madison, you earned a lot of recognition from SEC honors to NIL deals since you've been at Texas. How do you stay grounded and focus on the game?
I mean, I think it's all about your mentality. Going
Mhm.
to each season, each practice, each game is like I'm not done. Like I'm not nowhere near like I want to be.
Right.
The type of player that I want to be. But I just think that's my parents taught me. They really instilled that into me at a young age. Being humble. Just keep that same mentality of wanting to get better. Because I mean, the sky's the ceiling.
Yeah.
So just kind of just keeping that, taking that with me, but every step of the way, just keeping that mentality back in my mind.
Yeah, one of my close friends just said yesterday on a show we recorded, she said, "Stay humble so you won't have to be humbled."
Yeah,
And that's
sure,
a good thing to be. And
for sure.
I totally agree. So, what part of your game are you most proud of developing during your time at Texas?
I would say for one, I think not really a skill, but I would
Mhm.
say effort. The full game, my full minutes being played. I think from my first year, especially from high school to my first year, I think just trying to play harder. I think
Yeah.
that's in high school you really don't do that because if you're a good player, sometimes you want to take some take some plays off here and there. But college is a little
Mhm.
different. You want to play. People want to play in your spot too. So I
That's
think
true.
just showing coach that you want to play hard and be out there for as long as possible. I think another thing is I think my shot making, just from high school to college. I think
Mhm.
better. I'm taking better shots. I think high school I was kind of some random shots being thrown up here and there, but I think
Yeah.
college I then kind of, made found my hot spots, and
Okay.
I continue to get to my hot spots. So I think that's also I'm happy that I'm growing there too.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's just growth and because like you said in high school you were just throwing up shots, but now, I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
you grow, especially when you're with new crop of young ladies, and like you say, everybody is good there.
Yeah.
So you got to find your niche and what really works. So that's great. So what did you learn? Speaking of that, what did you learn from playing alongside teammates like Rory Harmon and others at Texas?
I would say off of skill wise, definitely leadership. I
Mhm.
think coming in, I was more of a lead by action, not like lead.
Okay.
And sometimes some people that really don't work with them. Sometimes you gotta say some things. Kind of be a leader, trying to get the team going a little bit. But
Mhm.
yeah, I would say my leadership definitely grown. Just from seeing Rory lead the team. Uh, Also, when she tore her ACL, just her still leading the team, her still being the voice of the team, and kind of
Right.
like the advice, the things that she sees on the court. I think her like IQ wise, like off the charts for basketball is wow. But yeah, just kind of like learning like how she see the game versus
Mhm.
how I see the game, and kind of combining that too when I'm point guard or a wing player or whatever position I'm playing on the court. But just like those little things right there, that's not really basketball skills, more mental.
Gotcha. Yeah, I love it. So, how do you handle tough losses or setbacks, and how has that evolved over your college career?
Yeah, that's funny that I got this question right now, because I think earlier in the season I was talking to my dad. Yeah, it was probably like during conference, and I think we had just lost to maybe South Carolina, and he was telling me like when I was younger, when we were playing like one on one outside, like after he got off work in the
Mhm.
driveway, he would beat me. He would beat me so many times, and I would go inside crying. But
Mm.
he was like the very next day I'll be outside waiting for him.
Or you would be waiting for him.
I'll be waiting for him.
I love it.
And I just, I would say that's probably how just me bouncing back got started. Um, I used to play with, like against boys when I was younger too. So,
Mhm.
they're stronger, they're more athletic than me. Just got
Wow.
I got to find a way to win, basically. And I just think that's been my whole mindset from just back then when I was young to now in college. I think I bring that same mindset that it's not over. I like basically you got to find a way to win.
Do you know what that did to your dad seeing you in that driveway? That he was like, "That's my girl." That did something to him. That's amazing. So you were waiting on him.
I was waiting on him, and I definitely believe that. I might not remember it, but I know I was waiting for him.
How old were you? Do you remember?
I I know I was definitely like first or second grade when I
Oh
was doing it.
wow.
Yeah, so I was doing. I was younger. Yeah, way young, elementary. I was waiting.
I love it. She said I was waiting. Oh yeah, that
Waiting for him.
he knew then you was a dog. He knew it then. He was like, "Oh yeah, I got a dog on my hands." I love it. I love it. That is so cute. Madison, how do you hope to be remembered at Texas and in women's college basketball?
I just think more like remembering remembering my why, like why I play basketball. I mean, one, because God blessed me with these amazing skills, and I
Yeah.
mean, they have to be used. But I think another thing is, growing up in Mississippi, like that, I never saw girls, my around my age get so many opportunities as me, and that's a
Yeah.
blessing. Like I haven't seen that a lot, so I just think kind of like going through the ropes of like the AAU world, high school, recruiting, now to college, just still kind of carrying that, you know, trying to put the step on the map,
Yeah. I
trying
love
to
it.
show people that it's girls like me that's talented, just give them a chance. Give them a
Mhm.
chance. Somebody gave me a chance
That's
and
right.
they believed in me. And yeah, I would thank him to this day. It's my AAU coach, Doug Bush, Southern Stars, like out of like Bama. Um,
Mhm.
he gave me a chance and he believed in me. It's really just kind of finding that one person that that will believe in you, basically. So
Yeah.
that's really my why. That's
Love
that's how
it.
I continue to go through basketball, and that's how I want to be remembered.
I love it. Absolutely. So, Madison, the 2025 WNBA draft features several standout players: Paige Beckers, Dominic Malanga, and Efferon. What are your thoughts on this year's draft class?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of, it's more of like a growth in women's basketball, really.
Mhm.
Paige Beckers, being probably one of the faces of college women's basketball this
Yeah.
past year. Um, Dominique, I played against her overseas actually when I was playing for USA basketball a
Mhm.
couple times. Kiki, USC. We played against her in a scrimmage. Just you know, you see these players and you see them go to their drive. It's you want them to make every team possible, but
Right.
also just it's growth. People are watching these things. People are watching them play, and they're
Mhm.
following their their legacy to the league now. So I just think it's growth.
Yeah, it is. Looking at this year's draftees, is there a player whose journey or story resonates with you the most?
I would definitely say Haley Van Lit for real. Um,
Hmm.
you know,
Tell me why.
definitely, she was star center player at Louisville,
Mhm.
transferred to LSU. And I think, it didn't go the way that she wanted to go. I think it more backfire happened and more,
Mhm.
uplifting.
Right.
People doubted her. People said she was washed. People, they had their things to say. But, she went to TCU. Like I said, somebody gave her a chance.
Yeah.
Somebody gave her a chance. Somebody believed in her again. And she showed why somebody should basically like believe in her. And she took that team to a Big 12 championship. She was Big 12 Player of the Year. She took that team to its first Elite Eight. Um, but yeah, I just think that's a story that kind of happens to a lot of athletes.
Mhm.
Just like coming from bouncing these schools and mental
Yeah.
health, was also an issue too. Just
Yeah.
her like find a way to kind of get past that mental health part and use it for strength. But yeah, I mean that's a story I think that like every athlete will go through, and hers is kind of more publicized too. So
Hmm.
I just think
Yeah,
it's
I'm
interesting.
glad you mentioned mental health because, especially this generation, and I think because we see it more because of social media,
Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure. All eyes are on you, watching what you do, watching what you say, and it's a lot of pressure. And yeah, it's I I I empathize and I pray for you all, this young generation a lot because I'm so thankful that we didn't have social media when I was growing up in at Jackson
yeah,
State. I'm so thankful. It was just different. It was a beautiful thing, and it's just a lot on y'all. So I'm thankful that you have a strong foundation with your family and your community, and that really helps, it helps you stay, humble and on top of things. So I'm not saying you have everything perfect.
yeah. No,
It
nobody
helps.
do this. Everybody got something
Absolutely.
going on.
Everybody has something going. Believe me.
Everybody.
We just didn't have it playing out on social media, and that was the difference with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the same things. Last question. What advice would you give to young hoopers at Germantown now who look up to you?
Some advice I would give to any young hoopers.
Hmm.
I mean, shoot, there's a lot of advice that I had to hit when I was just going through my processes. I think, for high school kids,
Hmm.
is definitely fall in love with the process, fall in love with the boring. Like, because it's going to get boring at times.
Yeah.
It's going to get very boring. You're in high school, you want to, especially like that senior year, man. You're in high school, you want to go to college, you're ready to play college basketball, you're working out every day, but
Mhm.
you got to fall in love with the boring.
I love it. That's good advice. Coach Sutton was on the show a few weeks ago, and she said a lot of them, it's boring for them. And, they just, they don't want to do the fundamentals, but it's important and
Yeah.
it is needed. So you're absolutely right. Madison, thank you so much for joining me today. But before we go, I play a little game called What You Know. And that's the way for the listeners and myself to get to know the guests better. It's fun, trust me. I'll ask, I'll ask a few questions and you choose the best one. And it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. We're just having fun. We're learning together. So I'm going to ask you some WNBA questions. So that should be kind of easy for you.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
Let's see. In which year was the WNBA founded? Was it 1994? I know you were still with Jesus at that time. 1996, 1998, or 2000?
1998.
1996.
Oh my gosh! Oh, oh.
Okay. Yes, it was a beautiful time too. I remember it was beautiful when the WNBA came out. Which player has won the most WNBA Final MVP awards? Was it Tamika Catchings, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, or Cynthia Cooper? It's okay.
I would definitely say Maya Moore.
Cynthia
Cooper. Dang it! Oh, it's Blue. I think it was Super or Tamika Catchings. Dang.
That's okay. I love it. Which team won the first ever WNBA championship? Was it Houston Comets, New York Liberty, Phoenix Mercury, or Los Angeles Sparks?
Los Angeles Sparks, that first time they had Lisa Leslie, didn't they?
Yes.
So what? The Sparks won?
No.
Houston?
It's Houston Comets. And Yolanda Moore, who was on that team, she's from Mississippi. She's a Mississippi legend. I'm going to tell her you missed it.
Wait, listen.
But no, you were not born.
I was too young.
Yeah, you weren't. You're so too young.
I was too young.
Who is the first player to record a triple-double in the WNBA? Was it Cheryl Swoop, Lisa Leslie, Tamika Catchings, or Alana Bird? Cheryl Swoop, Lisa Leslie, Tamika Catchings, or Alana Beard. Beard.
I really want to say, I don't even know, Tamika Catchings off the top of my head.
Cheryl Swoops.
Oh!
I love it. It's okay. You can you really, because these are like the beginning.
This is like before I was even born. I was born in 05. I was born in 2005.
Yeah, you just, oh my gosh.
So I'm really behind.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. Which player holds the record for the most points scored in a single WNBA game? Is it Diana Taurasi, Liz Cambridge, Riquna Williams, or Asia Wilson?
Man, wait a minute now. This gotta be Liz, right?
You are correct.
Yeah.
But it's Liz and Asia. Both players scored 53 points in their respective games. Cambridge scored 53 points on July 17, 2018 against the Liberty, and Wilson tied the record on August 22nd, 2023 against the Atlanta Dream.
Yeah.
You got part of it right.
I ain't know Asia scored 53.
53, both of them. Who is the all-time leader in three-pointers made in the WNBA history? Was it Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Becky Hammond, or Katie Smith?
DT.
Who?
DT. Diana Taurasi.
Good job. I thought you said BT. Yes, Diana. All right, you got two. Last one. Who won the WNBA Rookie of the Year award in the 2020 season? Now, you were here. You were 15. Was it Crystal Dangerfield, Shanity Carter, Satu Sabali, or Julie Allman?
Satu Sabali?
Crystal Dangerfield.
For real? With the leads? Oh my gosh.
That's okay. It was fun.
Dang, I'm horrible at this. Go back and look at awards.
Thank you so much for joining me, Madison. Tell the listeners how they can follow you on social media.
Guys, my Instagram is the real Maddie B, and that's what I'm all on. So follow me, love me,
Real Maddie B.
everything.
All
Like
right.
my posts, give me the 20K.
Guys, you can follow me on Facebook as She Say Sports. On Instagram, She Say Sports 23, and please subscribe to our YouTube page, She Say Sports. Well, that's my show for today. Until next time, this is Sonia with She Say Sports. Peace. Oh.
She say sports. She say sports. She say sports. She say sports.